I don't know how beneficial you might slim a couple sentences, but anything counts.
Are you ready?
Sure.
I'm going to call the meeting to order. Oh, so much excitement. We have so many exciting things happening tonight. I just love all the excitement and the chatter, but we need to have a meeting to get to. So I'm going to call the meeting to order, and I'm going to ask Mr. Nevarez to do the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We are now going to have a moment of silence. Please remember those who were lost to the bridge collapse in Boston, and anyone else that you are thinking in your own personal family, you might want to remember. Thank you. Are there any consent agenda items that a board member would like to have discussed as an action item? Okay. Then do I have a motion that the governing board adopt the meeting agenda?
I move that we adopt the meeting agenda.
And a second?
I second it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. We're now going to have a presentation. I hear we're going to have something from Beethoven. They've been warming up. They're ready to go. We have the Strings in the Spring performance, which is the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders from Barcelona Elementary School. And their director is Miss Imelda Quash. Quash. I did my best. Wow. Thank you for coming, Miss Quash. You have a wonderful orchestra. One of the girls told me she'd only been practicing for a month. They sound fantastic. Thank you. I know you put a lot of hard work into that, and I appreciate that you are our orchestra. Our number. Keep playing. I'm going to hear you at the Phoenix Symphony someday, right? Next, we're going to have Karen Stengel come up. She will be presenting the Winter Championship Sports teams, trophies. I better read that over again. Presenting the Winter Championship Sports team trophies for girls basketball, boys basketball, and flag football.
There we go. Good evening. It's so nice to see all of you, members of the governing board, Dr. Myers, families, community. We're so glad you all came out to celebrate tonight. We're going to talk to all of these teams. You're going to hear from everybody, but it's our Winter Athletic Champions. This past season, we had 615 student athletes participating from across the district in 5 sports: girls basketball, boys basketball, flag football, cheerleading, and cross country. In both of the cheerleading and cross country, we did culminating events for those top teams and those top athletes. So they had their recognitions with their ribbons and their awards. But tonight we're doing our trophies for our winter competitive league champions for the girls basketball, boys basketball, and flag football. And they are dying to have those trophies back, right? So could I ask please for the board to come forward so you can shake hands with some of the players? Oops. So first, I'd like to introduce you to the winners of the District Girls Basketball Championship. This team finished their season with an overall record of 10-1. They represented Alhambra in the Inter-District Girls Basketball Tournament at Camelback High School on February 24th and took first place. Yes. This team is coached by Miss Kelly Parsons. We have the Alhambra Traditional Girls Basketball Team. Oh, like tall. Do I just say their names in there, or? Yep. Oh.
So this year I had a great team. I had girls ranging from 4th grade all the way to 8th. It was a great season because all the girls got to play, I think, every game. And then we also had a tournament with Karen at the City of Phoenix that they won as well. So it's been a really fun group. So first we have number 2, Cheyenne. Number 3, Elizabeth. Number 4, Mia. My number changer, number 5, Chase. Number 34, Ayana. Number 40, Alana. Number 41, Rosalind. And number 45, Belinda. Marisol, sorry. We have a couple of girls that aren't here.
Go, Marisol. So we're going to have you go ahead and get with them. The purple, yep. And Team, if you want to get closer to the governing board so that you can all take a picture.
All right, get ready. 1, 2.
They're not used to getting to walk away with the trophy. They're like, we get to take this one? Yeah. I know. For this event. I wanted to show them too. Ladies, I have some pictures for you of your, maybe, let's see. There you are. There's those gold medals around their necks. Next, I'd like to introduce the winners of the District Boys Basketball Championship. This team finished their season with an undefeated overall record of 11-0. They represented Alhambra in the Inter-District Boys Basketball Tournament at Central High School March 1st, and they took second place. This team is coached by Miss Andrea Cole and Mr. Kevin Cole. We have the Sevilla West boys basketball team.
Good evening, President Konas, members of the school board, and Dr. Mayes. My name is Andrea Cole, and I've had the honor of coaching all 6 years that I've been in Alhambra. This season, however, has by far been the most memorable. These young men, along with Mr. Cole and myself, set 2 goals this season. We lost last year, I think by 3 points, right, boys? And so we were on a mission to redeem ourselves, and we wanted to be undefeated. We accomplished that with such grace and elegance. And then we wanted to be the district champions, and we also accomplished that too with great character and hard work. These young men showed up to practice every day with not a lot of arm twisting. But my 2 captains were truly the true essence of who we select as captains. Their teammates chose them, and they kind of led the team, redirected when we needed to, and I can't be more proud of those 2 young men. I would like to thank Ms. Bunch for giving myself and Mr. Cole this honor again to coach these great gentlemen. I want to thank the parents and grandparents who have been there every game supporting us, making sure they showed up on time. Mr. Cole for standing by my side, but most importantly, being a great role model for these young men. And last, but certainly not least, to my boys, you will forever and always be in my heart. You are forever and always mine. I love you. And now, Mr. Cole will introduce these wonderful young men.
We have number 11, Elijah Josby. Number 13, Devontae Knotts. Number 14, Orlando Avila. Number 15, Kiza Mike Cotto. Number 21, Gabriel Romero Ortiz. Captain, one of the captains of the team, 22, Tayshawn Miller. We have number 23, Damian Atede. Second captain of the team, number 24, Guadalupe Rodriguez. Number 25, Aiden Matos. Number 35, Ivan Radamaza. And number 40, Michael Romo Diaz.
And then, gentlemen, if you want to join the governing board, and they will take a picture, and then you get to take your trophy.
All right. 1, 2.
And boys, we captured you with your silver medals on at your tournament. Can you put that picture back up, please? Yep. Absolutely. And now we're going to introduce the winners of the District Flag Football Championship. This team finished their season undefeated, overall record 11-0. This team is coached by Mr. Michael Chavez. We have the Barcelona Flag Football Team.
So I've told a lot of my athletes before that they don't get a chance to see who's behind the scenes. I tell them, I said, there's a lot of people that love and care about you guys. And guys, look, this is behind the scenes. This is everybody who does everything for you guys. And now look it out here too, okay? So I want to thank Karen, Gabe. I want to thank the board. Amy, where's Miss Bradshaw? She's right there. Oh, man, she helps out so much. But more importantly, the hard work that all champions in this room have done, all the hard work, all the practicing, listening to your coaches, the opportunity that parents, you guys give us to mentor and try our best, along with siding with principals and teachers to, you know, create young men, create young women, to get ready for high school, and then in 4 years, get ready for life. So I really, really appreciate everybody in this room and the opportunity to coach these guys and continue to be, you know, champions, not just as athletes, but also the process it takes to be a champion individually. So the first guy on our squad, he is our quarterback, number 1, Fernando. Our well-dressed, as always, number 4, Aldo. This is my 6'4" athlete, number 5, Manuel. Passion and fire is his name, number 6, Amir. Mighty effort is all he does, number 9, Anthony. Quiet but tough, number 19, Luis.
All right. 1, 2.
Congratulations. And we have one more surprise. So we're going to do our thank you for a great season. I love this picture. And I want to turn it over for a second to Ms. Ragland.
Thank you. This was going to be my celebration, my cabinet announcement, but this is the perfect time to make that announcement. First of all, congratulations to all of you. We have been awarded from CBS Sports in conjunction with Grand Canyon University and historically black colleges and universities tickets to the best in black basketball, the College All-Star Games. So we are providing our champions with a ticket for you and a ticket for a parent to attend that on next Sunday. So you'll see Ms. Stengel right after this and get those tickets.
That is incredible. What a great opportunity. Thank you all for being here. As I heard someone say, you are all amazing athletes, but we all know that it takes more than just your hard work to make championship teams. I want you all to turn around, stand up, turn around, and applaud your families who have supported you and gotten you to this point. We got to shake hands with every single one of you, and there's a lot of confidence that can be seen in handshakes. None of you were wimpy handshakers. You all shook hands. That shows a great sign of confidence. To the orchestra back there, thank you so very much, and I would say the same thing. You got to where you are because your parents took you to practice and supported you. So you need to stand up and thank your families for support as well. Stand up, orchestra. Behind me, we have the statement from Alhambra School District that says we educate the whole child. And when we say we educate the whole child, this is what we mean. It's not just reading, writing, and what we used to call arithmetic. It is the whole child. It is the sports, it's the music, it's the art classes. We are very proud as a district that we can offer our students these opportunities to fulfill all of their needs academically and physically and socially and emotionally. That's why we are so committed to educating the whole child. Thank you all for coming. We're going to take about a, 3-minute break so that people that don't want to stick around for the boring business part can sneak out. We'll give you 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, it's so quiet. Welcome back. You guys just have to make a little more noise, please. We are now ready for public comment. Item C1. I don't believe we have any public comment tonight. No? Okay. Moving on to the consent agenda. The administration recommends that the governing board approve the consent agenda items D2 through D11. And I call for a motion that the governing board approve the consent agenda items D2 through D11.
I move that the governing board approve consent agenda items D2 through D11.
Thank you, Mr. Solorio. A second?
A second.
Thank you. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on to new business. First item under new business is E1, the financial report, and the second one is E2, the grant awards. There is no action required on either of these items. So, moving on. That's right. Yeah, okay. So the next item on the agenda is the second reading of board policies. These were all read at the last board meeting, and so this is the second reading as required. The second readings are for board policy BEDB, policy IHA, policy JFABDA, policy JK, policy JKD, policy JKE, policy JLH. Is there a motion to approve the second reading of the above-mentioned policies?
I move that we approve the second readings of policy BEDB, IHA, JFABDA, JK, JKD, JKE, and JLH.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, that was my alphabet practice for this. Comments from the governing board members, section G.
I just want to note, in our new business, there's several grant awards, and so I know there's a lot of work that goes into getting those. I know there's a lot of work after we get those, and so I wanted to preemptively thank everybody that has to work towards those. I know some of them have tight timelines, and that's kind of the time when chaos can hit, and that's where the stress can come on our systems and things. But the audit findings have always been good, and I encourage the district that we want to keep them good. So as we implement these grants, as we continue to apply for this, may we able to do it quickly and correctly. But it's great news, and I'm looking forward to all the neat things we can have with all these grants. So I appreciate all the work there.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I would like to add, happy spring, everybody. It's not just a week. I know it was last week officially, but I had the pleasure of visiting a few schools and seeing some of the community gardens, and Valencia. I know a lot of trees. A lot has been happening with the trees on Cordova, and then stopped by Gap as well. So a lot of spring carnival, family-oriented events going on. So it's really neat to see. I also had the pleasure of hearing a student-led presentation at Gap regarding mental health, and hearing an alumni speak on that. So it was really refreshing to hear a student perspective, and also hearing how powerful the student-to-student led conversation was. And so just love to see more of that. I'm sure our students can reach each other. And so it was just neat to see all that, and thank you for everything that's happening around the district.
Anything else? Okay. I too had the pleasure of visiting and seeing our students and our staff in full operation. I got to see the Alhambra Traditional School Ballet, third grade girls do their ballet. It was very impressive. The other impressive piece of that was that the the Arizona Ballet Company stayed and did some performances of their own, which hopefully next year we can invite more of the community to come and see that, because it's a wonderful opportunity to have in your neighborhood to see a professional ballet organization. And who knows what will happen. You might inspire a future, you don't know what. I also had the opportunity to go to the job fair. Oh my gosh, you staff, you put forth so much effort. The transportation department had these cute little chocolate school buses they were running around on their table. Every school had an amazing display, and we didn't even really need that many staff members. I mean, our hire list, our to-hire list is very short. It was impressive. The chemistry in the room was, if I was looking for a job, you would have seen my name on one of those sheets, because it was definitely positive energy going on. Then I went to see the spring fling over at Catalina. And they had Tony Duncan there, who is a world-renowned hoop dancer. So if you didn't get to go, you missed an amazing opportunity, because he is unbelievable what he can do with those 8 hoops. And then we had tonight. Oh, and I forgot, I went to the art evening I forgot my sunglasses. 3-year-old preschooler made me some wonderful sunglasses that I was promised I would wear, and I forgot. So it's exciting to see all that's going on. And now, guess what's coming next? Testing. But I know you're up to it. I know you've got those kids well prepared. I know you've all been working hard, and they will succeed and do well for us again this year. Thank you for all your hard work. Hopefully you'll enjoy your spring Easter weekend, or if you celebrate Ramadan, whatever you're celebrating this week, hopefully you have good times with your family. Enjoy. Thank you. All right, then we are on to the governing board direction and or agenda item requests. I have asked Dr. Maez to send us information from Mr. Rivera on what we're sending out as guidelines, because we are going to be having a solar eclipse. And I know we're not in the direct path of it, but it happens right when our kids are out on the playground at lunch. And so I want to make sure that, and I know Mr. Rivera is very conscientious, so I know he will get that information out, and I would like the board to have copies of that as well. And then I yesterday attended a meeting of the leads for art, music, and PE. And Karen did a wonderful job. But they planted this little idea in my mind that summer programs are going to look different this year. It's not going to be strictly academics. There's going to be camps. So I think that's brilliant. I love the idea that we're going to have students on campus and use our facilities in the summer for the whole child, not just those that need extra support in reading. We will be supporting them in all sorts of different activities that are mind and body. So I would like a little update on that as well. Anything else? All right, thank you. Then it is all yours, the superintendent show.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This evening we'll begin our updates with Ms. Bellew, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Ocampo and the members of the board. It's through for a long day. And Dr.
It's been a long
Myers.
day.
Alhambra is at the point in our furniture committee work where all of the district teachers have completed the grading of their classroom furniture and have moved to actually selecting the furniture pieces that best suit the needs of their students and also their personal teaching style. The buzz in the business office as the teachers take the time to actually come by and see the options in person is very energizing. Their excitement for what's to come is super evident, and their selections are due on April 10th. Once we finish that piece, the grading exercise helped us to prioritize the sites with the greatest need, and then the purchases will be made and installation will begin. That sounds really fast. It's not really fast, but we expect to have new classroom furniture installed in phases and will be completed over the next 2 school years. And then we will continue to monitor and refresh classroom furniture using a cycle so that we will maintain our classroom standards well into the future while we still manage the impact to the budget. And then I wanted to pass on a really heartwarming anecdote related to recent news that I shared with you regarding our child nutrition work that resulted in free meals for our kids. Our child nutrition office received a call from a grandmother of one of our students, and the grandmother said she wanted to know if the information her grandchild had received from the cafeteria yesterday was true. She shared that the family sends in money with their grandchild to pay for lunches whenever they can, and yesterday the cafeteria staff sent the money back and told her grandchild that the lunches were free now. Sorry, it gets me all worked up. The grandmother was calling to make sure this was true, and you could almost hear the hope in her voice as she asked the question. Nova Smith, our secretary bookkeeper in child nutrition, she took the call and she let the grandmother know that yes, indeed, the information was true, and the grandma was overjoyed. She said that they had not qualified to receive free and reduced lunches this year and that they were struggling to pay for them. And she asked if this was just a short time or for the whole year. So when she was told that they would no longer need to send money to pay for her students' lunches for the rest of the year or for the next 4 years, she said that she could not tell me how much this was going to mean to her family, and it was going to be so very helpful. The grandma requested at least twice that Nova tell the powers that be who had made this happen how very grateful she and her family are, and that they cannot know how much this is going to mean to their family.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you. Vice President De Ocampo, members of our governing board, Dr. Mayes, and our community. I wanted to share some information for our employees about our summer camp experience, like you had mentioned, Ms. De Ocampo. Yes, that application deadline does end tomorrow, so we really want to encourage all of our support staff and staff that would like to earn additional monies during the summer. If your contract ends at the end of our school year, we have summer camp opportunities. Our postings have gone out, not only for our enrichment classes and leaders there, as well as our operations department looking for technology, child nutrition, business services, as well as maintenance and paint crews, all important things in the summer. So if you'd like to work additional time during the summer to support getting ready for our school, as well as supporting students, please make sure you either can ask your supervisor or give us a call in HR. We'd be happy to help support you in getting some summer positions. And I'd like to lend it right over to Mr. Ruiz, and we'll get to Ms. Gonzalez in a minute, because he'd like to share additional summer opportunities to piggyback on my announcement.
Thank you. Good evening to you all, Alhambra community. The shift in our summer programming has, historically it was shouldered by the teachers who came in to teach summer school, and many teachers were wondering, well, where does that put me when I've been accustomed to doing this? And so what we've done is we've built a pretty robust training opportunity for teachers throughout the summer, and I'm happy to report tonight that as of earlier today, 294 seats have been filled by teachers for those summer opportunities, and daily those registrations continue to grow. So we're very optimistic that by the time June hits, we will have many hundreds of teachers who are participating in these wonderful training opportunities. And furthermore, I wanted to share that we've got a group of about 40 educators in our district right now participating in the letters training, and the next cohort that's going to begin soon has actually more than doubled that. We've got 90 people signed up for letters training, and the representative that we spoke with at Lexia just yesterday said that in his experience, this is a bit unprecedented because he's never seen the district get so many teachers on board so quickly. So we celebrate tonight that our literacy efforts continue to grow as teachers are signing up for letters training and the wonderful training opportunities that will continue to happen throughout the summer. So we're sure to have a very successful summer opportunity.
Can you explain what letters training is?
Letters training is literacy training for teachers, and it includes, it's similar, are you familiar with the dyslexia training? So it's really that, but even better, and it really does equip teachers to understand the science of reading and all of the components to teaching literacy in a very methodical way. So it's a very, very popular and successful program, and we're very excited to offer that to our teachers. Thank you.
Good evening, Vice President De Ocampo, Governing Board members, and Superintendent Dr. Mayes.
I am pleased to share, first of all, in your email, you will find the guidance from Mr. Rivera for the solar eclipse. We are taking a very safe approach as we want the vision of all of our students to remain strong, so, but also have the opportunity to experience just a monumental event that doesn't come around often. So there is that guidance for you. And I also want to emphasize my excitement for our up-and-coming enrollment and resource fair that will be on April 13th. It's going to be from 8 to 11 in the Sevilla East multipurpose room. And it's a coming together of all of wonderful Alhambra. We're going to have all of our schools represented there. Our departments will be represented. Child nutrition will have items for families. Our transportation will have a nice brand new bus on display, and so much more. We're going to have partnerships from I Care for Kids, Chicanos por la Causa, Mountain Park Health Family Care Centers, even free bikes for kids, and many more resources. But we're going to have a lot for our community to partake in, and we are hoping and feeling confident that we are going to pull in our community, get more students enrolled, fill up our classrooms, and just grow our beautiful Alhambra family of students. So looking forward to that event, very excited for it, our first one yet, and so I'm sure we'll learn a lot, but excited for that day. Thank you.
Thank you all for those updates. A few updates that I'd like to share. First, as always, I want to express my gratitude for each and every one of you and all that you're doing to support our students and for our leaders, all that you're doing to support our staff as everyone works hard to ensure that our kids receive the highest quality of education. One of the, I love my opportunity that I have each month to hear from our AAAs. And so this past month, they're always so excited to share about the wonderful things that are happening in our schools. And even though they aren't as thrilled about testing that's coming up, they're able to look past that. They're going to work hard and through that, because they're even more excited about the fact that there's a lot of fun activities planned for the end of the year. So whether it's water parks or main event and all kinds of different places that they're all trying to stay in control of themselves, as they've talked about some of the challenges as it gets harder, as they get tired towards the end of the year, but they're working hard to earn and demonstrate that they know what it takes to represent Alhambra well as strong scholars, the strong scholars that they are. And so again, I know it takes hard work to prepare all those events, and so we appreciate all that everyone does to ensure that our kids look back at their experiences on Alhambra and know that learning was fun and just overall experience was a wonderful experience. And so I also look forward to my opportunity to speak to our support staff and my monthly advisory from them. And they too had wonderful things to say about all the hard work that everyone is doing. And I especially appreciated hearing how safe they feel. Overwhelmingly throughout all the schools commented on different things, from the cameras that are going up to the different facilities work that's taking place, all kinds of different things. Every school said, oh yeah, and at my school this is happening, and just each of them shared all of these things, and they all said, and we're just feeling really safe. And so it felt good to hear that. And then I wanted to touch briefly on summer school. I know that our Ed Services team has worked really hard to prepare. Again, this change, we continue to listen to feedback that we receive from our staff. And as much as teachers, while also understanding some of the financial challenges that present themselves across the nation in education. So again, I appreciate our leaders in Ed Services for being innovative as we want to engage as many students as possible and support our teachers. And so recently I've heard concerns just about the number of offerings, and please know that we hear concerns, and remember, we are committed to continuous improvement. And so we are still listening always, and we'll look to see how we can beef up the opportunities that we have for learning this summer. And then also the other thing is we really want teachers to feel ready to welcome the kids back. And so that's why we're really encouraging them to take advantage of the collaboration and learning opportunities that are available. Yet at the same time, if they really would rather be with the kids, which we get, we all would rather be with the kids, right? That's why we do all this work. And so we get that too. And so So I want to ensure that we are clear with the communication that teachers are welcome to teach in the summer camp too. We just really want you to take care of yourselves and focus on your professional growth if that's what you agree is best for you to be most refreshed and ready to welcome our kids in the fall. And then lastly, I just wanted to conclude with a couple of updates that we were really proud of. We know that every year there's the Auditor General's report that evaluates our spending. And so I appreciate our Dan and Scott back there who work hard to keep us compliant, but also help us to ensure that our dollars are going into the classroom. And so a couple of highlights that I'll share with you is instructional spending increased, and I want everyone to know that our classroom spending is up 1.9% over the last 5 years. So as much as we're trying to balance everything, we are doing our best to keep dollars in the classroom. And then another thing that we're really proud of is that teacher salaries are $8,000, about $8,000 above the state average. So again, keeping dollars in the classroom, and that's an increase from the nearly $5,000 from the FY22 report. And the other little piece I'll share is just that I know Ms. Del Campo is always advocating for smaller class sizes. And so student per teacher ratio is at its lowest ratio since 2017. And so again, something else that we're proud of as we too continue to analyze. I know our cabinet leaders up here, we work really hard to make sure that we're doing all that we can to support everyone in our schools. And so again, just some updates, but again, we see the hard work that everyone is doing to support our leaders and our teachers and our staff, and all for the work to ensure that our kids have the best education. So thank you all, and may you all have a wonderful night.
Thank you for those updates. There were two areas that there's two more areas where we are high in expenditure. One is food services. Yay, we're giving all those kids free lunches, right? And one is transportation. Again, yay for us for being safe and making sure we transport our children to school across busy streets and places where other districts have their students walk to school. So thank you for that. The next governing board meeting will be April 18th. You can check out our calendar. We have a couple of things coming up with the enrollment recruitment fair. We have a STEM day and a golf tournament. The annual golf tournament is up and coming. So check out the calendar and be ready to participate in any of those if you wish. With that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
I second it.
Adjourned. Happy spring break.